D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my weekend review where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this story, which I'm going to tell you about in just a second, and you can read them and come up with yourself, or in this instance, I'm going to read the article out loud this week just because it's my daughter's birthday on Monday, and I'm a little short for time and everything. So I'm going to do it like that. But I just want to say that before I get started, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we always get shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. So now that I'm done with that, why don't we go ahead and get started? So for my first story of this week, it looks like Percy Jackson has its lead, the TV series for Disney Plus. Now we're going to go over this. This comes from Variety, and it says Percy Jackson Disney Plus series cast Adam Project star Walker Scobell in lead role. And that's Walker. Sorry, I said Walter. Walker Scobell. That's the kid right there. And I don't know if you saw the Adam Project, but I personally, I liked that movie. It kind of was like a one and done. Like, I don't think I'll ever have to watch it again. But I definitely think that this Walker Scobell kid was my favorite part of the movie, even though his character was a little bit of a jerk. So let's get started reading this sucker. Okay, so it says the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series at Disney Plus has cast Walker Scobell in the lead role. Variety has learned exclusively the series adaptation of the Rick Riordan book series was ordered at the streamer back in January. The live-action show tells the fantastical tale of the titular 12-year-old modern demigod Scobell, who's just coming to terms with his newfound supernatural powers when the sky god Zeus accuses him of stealing his master lightning bolt. Now Percy must trek across America to find it and restore order to Olympus. Now, real quick, I just want to say, in the first book, like this says, Zeus's master bolt, the one that he uses to copy all of his other lightning bolts, it gets stolen. And he blames Percy Jackson, but and then he has to go across the United States to find it. And I think I read all these, but I haven't read the new ones that deal with like Apollo. I think it's like the Apollo series. I can't remember, but I haven't read those. But I have read Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I read all 5 of those books. And then I read the next, I think it's 3 books, the one where it talks about the Greek gods instead of the the Roman gods instead of the Greek gods, because this talks about the Greek gods. And Percy Jackson is the son of Poseidon in these books. He's his mother and Poseidon got a little hibbity-dibbity, and they had him. So, let me continue with this article and I'll explain more what's going on. So it says, Percy is described as a smart and passionate kid with a sharp sense of humor. He's always seen himself as an outsider in no small part because of how the world sees his ADHD and dyslexia. He's impulsive and rambunctious and is quick to anger when things seem unfair to him. But beneath his cynicism is an affectionate son and loyal friend who just wants to do right by those who he cares about. If only he could find a place where he fits in. Now, in the books, they say that a lot of demigods, children of the gods, have dyslexia and like ADHD and stuff like that. So it says Scobell made his film debut in the Netflix film The Adam Project, starring opposite Ryan Reynolds, Mark Ruffalo, Zoe Saldana, Jennifer Gardner, and Catherine Keener. Catherine Keener played Percy Jackson's mother in the first Percy Jackson movie. Crazy, right? The film follows a time-traveling fighter pilot who must team up with the younger self, Scobell, to save the future. Per Netflix, the film was viewed for over 92 million hours in its debut weekend in March. Scobell will next be seen in Paramount Films' secret headquarters alongside Owen Wilson, which is due out in theaters on August 5th. He is repped by A3. Okay, nobody cares about that stuff. Let's see what else they got here. So it says Riordan and John Steinberg are writing the pilot for Percy Percy Jackson and the Olympians, which is always a good sign. I think it's always a good sign when you hire the original writer to work on said project. I think it's really good. Anyways, with James Bowden directing, Steinberg and his producing partner, Dan Shots. Everybody are overseeing the series and serve as executive producers alongside Bobbin, Rick Riordan, Rebecca Riordan, all these executives. 20th Television is the studio. Nothing. Okay, Percy Jackson book series is comprised of The Lightning Thief, The Sea of Monsters, The Titan's Curse, The Battle of the Labyrinth, and The Last Olympian. Riordan has also published a companion book, The Demigod Files, as well as The Demigod Diaries. Both Lightning Thief and Sea of Monsters were previously adapted into feature films. Logan Lerman starred as Jackson. The first film was released in 2010, while the second was released in 2013. The two films received mixed reviews from critics, but grossed over $425 million combined worldwide, which doesn't sound like a lot to me. Those movies are terrible. There's no mixed reviews. They're just bad. They're just bad. If you read the books and you go watch those movies, you can tell that because Christopher Columbus, he's the one that directed that first movie. I don't know who directed the second one. It doesn't even matter. But they're just god awful. They're so bad. The acting is bad. The story is bad. Like I just a small piece of me was just like, did you guys not read these books when you wrote the script for these movies? Because I don't think you understood the assignment. And I'm glad, because if this kid, Walker Scobell, is actually around the same age as Percy Jackson in the books, I believe he's also 12. So I think that's a good plan, because, you can just film season to season with this kid growing up as the character. And I hope they do the same with the other characters. Now, in saying that, I just want to say that, I'm curious to see who they cast in the other roles, and I hope they cast also age appropriately, just so that way these kids can grow up as the series moves forward. And I'm excited for this. I love Greek mythology. I have not in my office right now, but because it's all Harry Potter stuff, but I have a book that I got when I was a kid, just of all the Greek stories, the Greek god, the Greek god stories and stuff like that. And it's really interesting, and it's super fun. And I think that Rick Riordan did a good job of explaining that, but to kids, with a fun new adventure type thing. And I think it's really, I think that there was a good idea. I think that the show is a good idea instead of doing the movies, because it's obvious that the movies didn't work. And I think it's good to take each book. My personal favorite is the fifth one, but only because it culminates in this huge battle in New York. I'm giving a little bit away, but it's so good. Getting to that point is really, really good. But I say, if you get a chance, read those books. They're fantastic. I can't wait to read them to my kids and everything. They're a little too old, right? Or too young to read those right now. I don't think they would understand it. But good for Walker Scobell. I'm happy for him. He did an excellent job in the Adam Project, and I'm excited for this. Okay, so that is my first story of the week. So for my second story of the week, The Witcher cast 4 actors in season 3 roles, including Hugh Skinner. I don't know who Hugh Skinner is off the top of my head, but I'm interested in why they named him. This comes from the Hollywood Reporter. All right, so it says the Netflix fantasy drama is adding 4 actors to play some familiar roles in the Witcherverse. Now, I want to be honest, before I get to reading this article, I just want to say I have no idea who these characters are. I've never played the video games. I've never read any of the books. I've only watched the TV show. First season, I enjoyed the first season very much. Second season, I didn't. I liked it, but I didn't think it was as good as the first season. And I honestly don't think that they did a decent enough job explaining certain things. Like you had these monsters, but the monster, I don't know. It wasn't bad, but the whole time I'm just like, what, huh, and everything. So hopefully they do a better job in the next season of really bringing all that stuff home and explaining it a little bit better. But anyways, all right, let's get to this article. The Witcher is bolstering its season 3 cast with a quartet of actors to play characters that are largely familiar to fans of Andres Sapkowski's. I'm sorry if I ruined his name. Please don't be mad at me. His books. Netflix announced Thursday that the fantasy drama has added Robbie Amell from Upload. Very good. I enjoy Upload. The second season I felt was a little too short, but whatever. Anyways, Meager Zhang from Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I actually did like her. I think I can't remember off the top of my head because I only saw it the one time, but I believe she was my favorite part of that movie. Anyways, Hugh Skinner from Fleabag, never seen it, and Christelle Elwyn from Half Bad, never seen it, to the cast. Okay, let's get to who they're gonna play. Amell will play Galantin, a born fighter. Galantin leads an army of guerrilla Scotil fighting on behalf of the Nilfgaard, unafraid to speak his truth, which is always so great. Gillitan's loyalty to his people ultimately leads him on a collision course with Francisca Overpower. Okay, good job. All right. Zhang will play Milva, a human adopted by the Dryads of Borguloin Forest. Milva is a fierce and talented huntress. Exact archery skills coupled with a stone cold aptitude for survival make her a formidable adversary in the unforgiving continent. Those that cross her do so at their peril. Sorry, my reading skills for some reason have gone in the tubes. Okay. Skinner is Prince Rondavid, a royal playboy and younger brother of King Vizimir. Rodavid finds himself suddenly a man on the inside of the Redanian intelligence. With his good looks and often drunken charm, Radovid. I'm just saying that right. Radovid surprises with how incisive he can be in matters of politics, but it's all games until someone gets hurt, which is when we like it. Elwyn is Mistel, a member of the Rats, a gang of misfit teenagers who steal from the rich and give to themselves, and sometimes the poor. She is street hard, suspicious of everyone, and out for revenge until a chance meeting that will change everything. Ooh, who's the chance meeting with? I bet it's with Henry Cavill. Anyways, they join returning stars Henry Cavill, Anya Sharlar, and Freya Allen, along with Joey. Oh, there's so many names here. Why would you do this? Okay. Here's Netflix description of the new season. As monarchs, mages, and beasts of the continent compete to capture her, Geralt takes Ciri of Sintra into hiding. Why do they call her Ciri of Sintra? Just call her Ciri. Determined to protect his newly reunited family against those who threaten to destroy it. Entrusted with Ciri's magical training, Yennefer leads them to the protected forest of Yuzura, where she hopes to discover more about the girl's untapped powers. Instead, they discover they've landed in a battlefield of political corruption, dark magic, and treachery. They must fight back, put everything on the line, or risk losing each other forever. Lauren Schmidt Hessrich is the showrunner, executive producer. Okay. I think that sorry, it took me so long to read that. I think this sounds okay. I mean, like, listen, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I haven't read the book, so I'm not exactly like I'm not like you guys who are fans of it, where I've read the books and I played the video game. So I'm so like into it so much that I'm like, I don't know any of these characters that they just named. So I'm like, this is fine casting for me personally. I just don't I'm not, like I said, invested. I'm only invested in watching the show. But I do like the show. So hopefully this turns out to be good. And hopefully these casting choices are, you know, for the better. You know what I'm saying? So that is my second story of the week. So for my third and final story of the week, it looks like they've cast the Wonder Twins for the Wonder Twins HBO Max movie. So here's the article. This is from Deadline, my favorite. All right, and it says the Wonder Twins HBO Max movie powers activate with KJ Appa and Isabel May, which is exciting. I personally like the Wonder Twins, so I'm kind of excited for this movie. All right, let's get to this article. Riverdale star KJ Appa and 1883 actress Isabel May have nabbed the alien sibling lead roles in The Wonder Twins, a live-action DC comedy for HBO Max. Appa will play Zan, and May will play Jaina. Again, I like this. I also like this idea that it's a comedy and everything. Now they just need to cast GEEK. All right. While the plot line is under wraps, Jaina is known for her talent of transforming into an animal, while Zan is a shapeshifter of sorts. The characters made their debut on the all-new Super Friends Hour from Hanna-Barbera. First, I just want to say two things. One, Jaina can turn into an animal, and then Zan turns into any form of water. And they always make fun. There was this funny little like short on, I believe it was Cartoon Network, where they were like, he's like, I just turn into like a bucket of water or a puddle of water so the person can trip on. And I'm all like, okay, that's funny and everything. But he also can turn into like if you're in a fight, he can turn into fog. And then you can't see because the fog and everything. So he's not completely like, you know, a make fun of kind of person. His powers do have of you know, substance, like he can use them and everything. And as far as the all new Super Friends Hour, I used to love that show when I was a kid, and I love Hanna-Barbera. I just love that type of animation. It's so good. Anyways, okay, back onto this and then appeared in the World's Greatest Super Friends, the legendary superpower show. It's a lot. Their history: Zan and Jaina are from the planet Exor, we're being informally trained by the DC superheroes, I think it was supposed to be let's see, DC superheroes. In a 1977 Super Friends comic book from E. Nelson Bridwell, and artist Ramona Frandon, gosh, pronouncing names a lot of times is so hard. It's further detailed that the twins were orphaned during a plague and adopted by the alien Exorians. Along the way, they're given GEEK as a pet. After learning that the villain Grax is set to destroy Earth, they travel there to warn the Justice League. They ultimately blend into life on Earth as Swedish exchange students attending Gotham City High School. The Wonder Twins made cameos in other parts of the DC universe over the years, including TV shows, Smallville, Teen Titans Go, and The Flash. Black Adam and Rampage co-star Adam Zisakal is making his directorial debut on the popular DC Comics IP off the script he wrote. Production is set to begin this summer in Atlanta. Marty Bowen and Wiwick Godfrey's Temple Hill are producing. Appa is well known for playing Archie on the CW WB TV series Riverdale. His feature credits include the movie Songbird. That was okay. The Hate You Give, A Dog's Purpose, and I Still Believe. He is rep by UTA. Red, Mandy, who cares? May plays Elsa Dutton on Paramount Plus's Yellowstone prequel series, 1883. Her series credits include Alexa and Katie and young Sheldon. She is managed by who cares where they're managed by. Okay, so first off, Wonder Twins. I think this is a good move, a good idea to do this movie. I did a video on this, and I'll leave it up in the iCard section. As far as these two actors go, I don't know their work. I don't watch Riverdale. I haven't seen Yellowstone either. But he's got a little kind of too many wrinkles for my taste. But good for them. I'm definitely going to be watching this movie just because I love the Wonder Twins. I'm really excited for it. And I just think it's really great. So yeah. All right. That's all I got for you guys this week. Tell me, what do you guys think about all this? How do you feel about Walker Scobell getting the lead role as Percy Jackson in Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the Disney Plus series over at Disney Plus? Is this something you're cool with? Are you not cool with? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Who's your favorite Greek god? Who's your favorite Percy Jackson character? And then how do you feel about this Witcher casting of these four actors? I mean, are you a huge fan of Hugh Skinner and Meager Zhang, or do you like this Christelle Elwyn or Robbie Amell? Out of these four characters, do you know who they are because you read the books or played the video games? Like I said before, I've done neither, so I don't know any of these characters. Do you like the Witcher show? Did you like season 1 but you didn't like season 2? Did you like both seasons? What's your favorite creature in the Witcher verse? Yeah. And then also tell me, what do you guys think about this Wonder Twins movie for HBO Max? I mean, do you think and them casting KJ Appa and Isabel May? I mean, do you think this is a good idea? Do you like the Wonder Twins? Do you not like the Wonder Twins? Do you think these two actors are good for the job? Are you going to watch this movie? Do you have HBO Max? All that good stuff. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week on my week in review. You guys have a good week. Bye. Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that Geek What icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my week in review.